Oxford from the inside. The good, the bad, but always the truth. Hi, I'm Abbie, and welcome to this episode of Oxford from the Inside. The good, the bad, but always the truth. Today we are joined by Anna, who is actually my bestie. So would you like to introduce yourself, Anna?
Thank you, Abbie. Thank you for having me on the show. It's been a long time due. So I'm Anna. I'm an earth scientist at St. Peter's in Abbie's year, so I'm in second year. And yeah, thank you for having me again.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. So yeah, today we'll actually be answering a quickfire question, so a nice quick one for you all today. And it's basically going to be focused on what a day in the life is like for an earth scientist. So, without further ado, Anna, what is a day like in the life of an earth scientist?
I'd say a day in the life of an earth scientist is quite unique. I feel like for the earth scientists in the University of Oxford, well, where most of your life is kind of compartmentalized into like department teaching, and then like I'd say, obviously, I'm sure you've experienced it yourself, but like I'd say it's you get your department teaching, and then your college kind of becomes more like your accommodation. So a day in the life, especially pre-COVID, would be unfortunately quite a lot of early starts, but I feel like you do get quite used to them. But so yeah, most of the time, let's say an average Monday, so an average start of the week for me, for us before COVID used to be about a 9 a.m, probably an early start, wake up, have some breakfast, then you and I would walk to the department, and obviously that'd be a beautiful walk because for many of you that don't know, in Oxford, the department is down South Parks Road. And obviously from Peters, which is where Abbie and I, our college, you walk past the Radcam and along Broad Street, and it's beautiful. So that is obviously a nice way to start the day. So we do that, kind of slogging it along, probably drinking a coffee. And then Abbie and I would get to the department. Obviously, it'd be really nice to like greet our friends from other colleges. And that's kind of like how it makes it unique to like other taught degrees here, because you do actually form quite a nice bond with the other earth scientists. It's always nice to see like familiar but also not common faces, because obviously like you have your Peters groups, and it's always nice to see people from other colleges. So that's quite refreshing. And then usually on an average Monday, you'd have maybe 2 to 4 lectures, usually on average 3 lectures in the morning, kind of back to back. Usually on 3 different modules, which is quite nice because like the days we would have double modules, it'll be a bit sluggish, but having 3 different lectures would mean that you kind of have to wake up and kind of be on top of it, which is good. It kind of helps you be on top of it as well, because obviously like moving from like a mineralogy lecture to a maths lecture obviously requires different thinking, so that's quite good because it kind of forces you to kind of be on top of it. And then we'd have about an hour of lunch, which is really cool. So me and Abbie and I, we kind of brought our packed lunches, which was quite nice, quite a way to save money. But also like when we couldn't be bothered, we used to like, there's like cafes nearby, like there's a biochemistry cafe in like the nearby biochemistry buildings. That'd be nice. So sometimes we treat ourselves with like a nice sandwich. Or there's sometimes like food stands along the road nearby where we get food. And then it'd be really nice because the earth science is like a small little designated kind of area for the first year earth scientists to sit in. And obviously we haven't really experienced much of an earth science normal life in second year, sadly, but that's also where like a lot of second years and third years hang out as well. And it's called the atrium, and it's kind of like a little bit of a common room, but like also it's like near the reception, so it's quite nice that you see like postgrads walking in and out, you see your lecturers, your tutors, and it's quite nice because you always say hi and they always say hi.
It's basically like the bottom floor of the department, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's like as soon as you walk in, so it's not like we have to like track up much stairs every day, which is quite nice. Yeah, so that'd be really cute. That'd be also like quite an actual like valuable hour of social time, which like is quite good. Also like it unwinds your brain a bit. Obviously if you've had about like 2 to 4 lectures back to back, you'd be like, okay, I need time to just speak about anything else.
Yeah.
And obviously that's like where a lot of the earth science community actually like get close, because obviously we have this hour every day that we're all just hanging out, and it's also quite nice to spend, like I said before, like to spend time with like other people.
Yeah. Oh, I miss it.
And then like back to the theme of an average Monday, usually so after the lectures in the morning, would have 2 to 3 hour practical, and the practical sessions would actually be really lax compared to like other degrees, because our practicals are more, obviously we do have like some expensive equipment that need caring for. A lot of it's just like a lot of like it involves discussion, so it's not very strict, and that makes it so much fun because it's quite like a free environment, so you feel less stressed, and like the time actually goes by quite quickly and you're actually having fun. So like a practical would include like looking at maps or analyzing rocks, or like the more kind of technical side would be using like the petrographic microscopes, which for those you have to be a
Yeah.
bit more like careful and like
Yeah.
less carefree. But yeah, so then so I usually would go really quickly, about 2 to 3 hours, and then by that point it'd be like 4 or 5 p.m. Abbie and I, because Abbie was a big part of my first year airside experience, and obviously this year as well. Abbie and I would walk back to the apartment. Kind of, it'd be nice when like the sunset would fall around 5, because then we'd walk back to like golden hours. So that'd be really nice. During the winter, like so during like January, we'd walk back in the dark, which wasn't the nicest, but it's only about a 15-minute walk. And then we'd get back. Usually by that time we might sit. Abbie would come to my room, we'd watch some episodes of Friends, or we'd go chillax in the common room, or if there was like a deadline coming soon, we might do an hour of work before dinner. And then we'd go to dinner with our group of friends, and then depending on the type of day, some days obviously required more work than others. So it depends, like if we have a tutorial that week, Abbie and I might go to the library or work in our rooms. And then yeah, so that's how be the day. And then obviously pre-COVID, a nice like cherry on top to the day would be like maybe perhaps after like 9 p.m. after a bit of work, we'd go down to the bar in college. But yeah, I feel like compared to this year, we had way more structure, because I feel like this year everything's recorded. So I feel like that means we kind of, because the lectures are pre-recorded, that means we can kind of watch them wherever we want. So I know I personally struggle with following the timetable, even though we do get like a suggested timetable. I kind of do it on my own accord.
Yeah, I think everyone does, to be fair, don't they? Yeah.
So I feel like last year meant like you had to do the lecture even if you didn't want to, which obviously comes with like advantages and disadvantages. But this year has been more like you're in control of your learning. Some stuff have been live, but even if they're live, because of like different people in different time zones, they get like recorded. So I feel like you still get some leeway with that. But yeah, so that would be like an average Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday maybe. And then like towards the end of the week, it'd become more lax. So that's probably when you start doing more independent work during the day. In the Earth Science department, there was a library. So like on days like maybe Friday and Thursday, you might have 1 or just 2 lectures in the morning, and then you'd have the whole day to do either tutorial, where I know Abbie, most of our tutorials were like towards the end of the week. So that was like our tutorial time. Or just go to the library, get some reading done. It's really nice that the Earth Science department has its own like Earthsci only library with like all the books we need, and every shelf and section is just Earthsci, which is quite cool, because obviously like the college libraries have like a small section allocated to Earth Science, but like you get a whole floor with your books, which is nice. And we'd have about usually 1 to 2 tutorials a week. So I feel like that is the typical day like the Earth Scientist. I haven't missed anything.
No, I think you pretty much covered it all, mate. But yeah, honestly, I don't know, it just kind of makes me feel a little bit nostalgic thinking about it all.
Me too, Abbie. It feels great, because obviously like I'm answering this question to you, but obviously like you lived it with me, so
I know I just can't wait till everything goes back to normal, but it will.
Hopefully next term for Abbie and I, we might have more of that type of structure again, because
of course.
the department has made an emphasis that and I think is not only just for the Earth Science degrees, for like a lot of practical degrees, they've made an emphasis next term for it to be like in person, for there to be like in-person live practicals again, which hopefully kind of would add back to that structure to how it was last year. But I feel like last year it was good. It made the days flow quick, but in a good way.
Of course,
not too quick, so you feel like the day's just gone, but like you felt like, oh, it was quite an accomplished day, you know, like you'd feel like, oh, I did 4 lectures and a practical.
Like they were full. Definitely.
By the end of it, you'd be exhausted, so like a nice pint in the bar, or a nice gym session, or just a nice lounge in the common room would just be like a perfect end to the day. And I feel like one thing, like I said before, compared to this year, I feel like last year, because there was structure, you were almost like pulled along in the tide, so you did it no matter what. But I feel
Yeah.
like now that we have flexibility, I know I personally put off watching my live recordings, or I watch them too late, or I take too long. But I feel like, yeah, that is something I missed from last year, is that you just followed the routine, and it felt almost like a school day, which I know a lot of uni students kind of wish they had, which is quite unique for the earth scientists.
Yeah, it's very
So,
true.
yeah.
I think also like for this year as well, because I think the fact that we just don't have as much of like the socializing aspect of going to clubs or pubs or being able to see friends in parks. I think it's just like that's also why we have so much time to really like stray from the suggested timetable
Exactly,
at
yeah.
least. Yeah.
Exactly, because after a whole day of four practicals, of four lectures and then practicals, like you felt like, oh, I don't need to do anything else. But I feel
Yeah.
like now, I feel like work just extends to whatever space you give it.
Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
yeah, but hopefully, fingers crossed for the best. It's been a bit sad that we haven't really gotten much practical aspect from this year. But I feel like that's every geology degree in the country. So I know it's
Yeah,
not us, just us,
definitely.
maybe even the world.
But yeah, I'm sure they'll definitely make up for it. And yeah, like you said, Trinity 2020, hopefully, so that's summer term 2020. Hopefully, yeah, that'll bring with it some more normality. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Anna, though. Honestly, like I said before, it honestly brought back so much nostalgia. Like,
I
oh, I
know,
just
me
really wish it was still
too.
here. But yeah, so obviously that's all we have time for today. But thank you so much. Honestly, like, I'm sure you guys have learned quite a lot about, day in the life of an earth scientist. I too, it's making me remember all the good stuff. I'm missing it so much. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing your experiences,
Thank you
Anna.
so much,
Oh,
Abby.
yeah.
I'll do this again, girl.
Oh, bless you. And thank you, thank you for joining us at Ox from the Inside. And also thank you to our followers for listening to this podcast and for watching this YouTube video. Also remember to follow us on Instagram. Our Instagram handle is at Oxford from the Inside, no spaces. And yep, check out our Facebook page, LinkedIn, Twitter, pretty much all social media, you name it, we're probably on it. So definitely check it out. And I hope you all stay safe and well in these times. And until next time, bye.
Bye.